Just after dusk in September of 1952, brothers Edward and Fred May, along with their friend Tommy Heyer, saw a bright object flash across the skies of Braxton County, West Virginia. They watched in awe as the object crash-landed on the property of local farmer G. Bailey Fisher. The boys rushed home to tell the story of what they had just saw to Ed and Fred's mom, Kathleen. Kathleen then called up local National Guardsman Eugene Lemon to accompany her and the boys to investigate the crash site. As the group approached the area, they noticed a pulsating red light flashing from several hundred yards up a hill. Getting closer, the group began to smell a sulfurous odor and noticed a heavy mist hung in the air. When Lemon shined his flashlight up the hill, the group was stunned. What they saw was a 10-foot tall creature with a head shaped like a spade, thin, long arms, and gnarled claws at the end of each hand. Its eyes glowed orange, and it appeared to be wearing a dark green metallic dress-like garment. At that moment, the group said the creature spotted them and began to hiss and move toward them. It was then that they noticed that the creature appeared not to be walking, but gliding, levitating off the ground as it came toward their direction. Terrified, they all turned and ran, eventually losing the monster and making it back to the May family home. Some members of the group reported that the repugnant mist had made them nauseous and irritated their throats. Others said it was so bad it even made them vomit, and that these symptoms lasted several days. Kathleen May and Eugene Lemon reported what they had witnessed to the local authorities, which searched the area of the Fisher farm the same night, but the police neither saw nor smelt anything out of the ordinary. The next night, on September 13, 1952, a married couple, George and Edith Stanowski, also had an encounter with the creature. Driving along Route 4 in the rural area between Braxton and Clay County, about 20 miles from the Fisher farm in Flatwoods, the couple's car suddenly died. It was pitch dark, and the road was deserted. As George contemplated what he could do to get the car running again, a foul odor began to fill the air, and the couple's 18-month-old son began to cry from the back seat. Then suddenly, a bright light illuminated the road in front of them, and in the light stood the creature. The couple's description of the monster was almost identical to the one May and Lemon had given the police the night before, with one noticeable difference. Instead of the spade-shaped head, the Stanowskis reported the monster to possess a reptilian head, covered in bony scales. The creature peered at them through the windshield for several moments, before dragging its clawed hand across the hood of their vehicle, disappearing into the woods. As soon as the monster was out of sight, the car started with no trouble, and the couple sped off, unnerved by what they had just saw. But unlike May and Lemon, the couple kept their account secret until they shared it with Mel magazine 3 years later, in 1955. Since then, no new sightings of the creature have taken place, and many experts believe the description of the monster given to the police by May and Lemon to be a misidentification of a barn owl perched atop a tree branch. The bright light moving across the sky, nothing more than a rock falling from space and burning up in the Earth's atmosphere, as a known meteor shower had taken place that same night. But what about the smell and the physical effects the sightings had on those who witnessed the creature? They were chalked up to hysteria, and the tale of the monster moved its way into folklore. Today, throughout Braxton County, tourists can visit different shops and attractions dedicated to the Flatwoods Monster, or Braxy as some locals affectionately call it. There is even a local museum dedicated to the monster, the sightings, and similar strange happenings. Many still question what really happened back in 1952. Was it simply the mind playing tricks that made ordinary people see an extraordinary thing? Or is Braxton County really visited by a creature from the stars? That question is why the story of the Flatwoods Monster remains a mystery of West Virginia.